What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the DickeyDines show. Today we are playing Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare 2 again. We got some awesome stories for you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
When my dad remarried, he remarried into like a Mormonish family.
Yeah.
So they were all, church-going folk, and they wanted me to go to their church together one time. The kid activity one.
Their Mormon church.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but you go there after church and do like activities and shit and play like dodgeball and whatnot. All that fun stuff. It was like one of those. So we went I went a couple times, and then they were like, "Hey, next time we're gonna be Larping," and I was like, what the fuck is Larping? Because I didn't know what that was at the time. Because I was like, I don't know, I was like 14.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what that is, and then they're like, oh, it's live action role play. We're gonna make our own weapons out of like foam and shit.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna fight each other. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
At the Mormon church.
Yeah, like Mormons do.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, dude, I'm all about that. That sounds awesome. So we went there. We were building all these like cool ass weapons, and everyone was doing like the whole, I'm gonna make a sword and stuff, and make a sword and a long sword and a short sword, and I was like making an axe, like a battle axe and shit, and I had like a shield and a battle axe, and I was like, dude, I'm getting into this, like I'm gonna whoop some ass.
You're getting way too into it.
Oh yeah, like way too. And they didn't give us like this like a discretion on it to like, not beat the shit out of the kids we were playing. And I didn't know that. I thought it was like, it's live action role play where we have like weapons and shit. I thought we were supposed to go all out and it's like foam and stuff.
Right.
And so I was just like whooping kids' asses for this. Like, people, they're all doing like all these fancy hits and like trying to like battle clash with me, and I'm just like, fucking
just railing
like
on
someone
him.
would go to swing at me and I was hit it out of the way with the shield and hit him in the face with my sword or with my axe and
just knocking teeth out.
Yeah, just wrecking kids. And then there was the one kid, and it was like, it got to the point that it was me and one other kid, and like we were the only ones left, and they made it this big spectacle, and they're like, okay, newcomer Austin versus our reigning champion, and it was the guy. Yeah, have you ever seen Grandma's Boy?
Yeah.
The fucking, I'm a robot. He was that guy. Where he was just like the most sheltered dude, but he was like, I'm so fucking cool.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Yeah, he was that guy. He had like his two twin swords, and he was all doing like spins and shit with them, and he was like pacing around me like we were about to have like a fucking lightsaber battle.
He's the main Larper.
Yeah, he was like King Larp, and
Larp.
I was like, I'm just sitting there with like my fucking axe and my shield. I'm like, okay, let's fucking go. And as soon as it starts, it's not even kidding, he runs up and he like jumps in the air and spins, and I just fucking hit him in the face like super hard. And he fell to the ground. Like he was in the air and I just hit him in the face and he fell and just like started crying, and everyone was just like watching it because we were the finalists. He jumps and spins like just like hit him with my axe, and he fell and started crying, and everyone was silent. And I was just like,
You're just rejoicing in your victory, and everyone's like,
they're like, oh my
what
God.
do we do?
They're like, you're not allowed to hit in the face. And I was like, I've been hitting people in the face all day.
So they blamed it on you?
Yeah, they were like, you're not allowed to hit in the face. And they like disqualified me, and they're like,
what?
We're gonna give it to Michael. You're not allowed to hit in the face and everything. You hit him too hard. It's supposed to be playful, and you were trying to hurt him. And
What
I was
a bunch of
it's
bitches!
Foam. It's foam sword. And I was like, how am I trying to hurt it? It's a LARPing thing. I feel like going into that, you should know that you're going to get hit and hurt, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hit him, he fell. I think it might also be because he was in the air and fell down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't like me anymore after that.
Well, yeah,
Anytime
you completely embarrassed him in front of all of his Mormon friends.
In his like thing that he was good at, too.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he would always win, and I'm like first timer there. And it's like,
you just knocked him out, made him cry.
Yeah, so it was an embarrassing thing for him, but I was all like super stoked on it and shit.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh
but yeah, I got super into it after that too. I didn't like dress up and go out with my friends, but like I would like ask people like, dude, you guys want to? And I would always never call it LARPing because I thought that was off-putting to people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, dude, you want to like make weapons out of like foam and shit and just beat each other up? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. Like, I know, right? Doesn't that sound cool?
Right.
As soon as you call it LARPing, like, oh, what are you, a nerd?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're like, hey, you want to have battle weapons and fight each other? Like, oh, hell yeah.
Like gladiators?
Like,
Yeah, man, I'd
yeah.
love to. That's awesome. That's manly. Yeah.
So I did that for like 2 years afterwards and got like super good at it and was just like beating everyone's ass.
Did you ever battle him again? Did you ever have a rematch?
Every time I went there, he never like would talk to me. He like took it really personal.
Oh, God.
I feel like he thought I tried to embarrass him, but it was just like, I'm just playing the game, man. The rules were to win.
I'm just doing my thing. I'm just kicking your ass, man. Sorry you're a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were 14, 15?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Like,
you're old enough to not cry when you get smacked with a foam sword in the face.
Yeah, a foam axe at that, and it had like, because the foam swords were like, pipe in the middle of foam. This one was pipe, and then there was excess foam, so it was like an even softer edge because there wasn't a middle compacting thing. But yeah, so that was my first, or one of my experiences at the Mormon church there. That was probably the most highlighting one.
That's hilarious. LARPing at a Mormon church and making a kid cry from a foam sword is one of the best stories ever. So if we're gonna go off of making kids cry, I do have a good story about that.
Of course.
When I was younger, I did martial arts up until I was, I don't know, 13 maybe. So in martial arts you have tournaments, which is you go to a designated place, usually like a big building, and it's this huge event, and you do like sparring, and you do forms and whatever. Yeah. So, but the sparring was always my favorite, right? And that's what I like always wanted to do. You'd put on like the padding, and then you'd pair up with somebody, and then you'd fight them, and if you won, then you'd fight the next person, and then you'd win. And the way we did it was we had like groups of 10, and then we'd pair 2, and then the loser would sit down, and then that person would fight someone. So I'm like I said, at this time I'm probably like 10, maybe younger. I mean, it was a long time ago. Yeah. So I'm there, and there's 10 of us, and we're starting to spar. So we got all our gear on. We got like the shin pads and the head helmet, and all that stuff. And so we're sparring, and this one kid, this little shit, this little punk kid, he kept on making these like snide remarks where he would kind of look at me and just be like, okay, man, like I can't wait to beat you. Like those were his exact words, like I can't wait to beat you. And he was just a little shit. He was being a punk, And so he fought a couple people, and he was decent. He won his 2 matches. And then it was my turn to fight. So I fought this one. It wasn't the same kid. I fought someone else before him. And so I fought him, and I won. And so then they immediately had me go up against someone else. So, and each match is like 5-10 minutes, right? So I fought someone else right after that. So I mean, I've been fighting for like 20 minutes now. I'm freaking exhausted. Yeah. And they had me instantly go up against one more person. Jeez. So I did 3 fights in a row, and I won every one of them, right? And I was so exhausted. I was just dying, to where my instructor came over, and he was like, he saw what was going on, and he was like, well, what's going on here? Like, and they were like telling him, oh, like we're having him fight and stuff. He's like, he just fought 3 times in a row. Yeah. Give him a break. And he was a very, very respected instructor. He had like a 7th degree black belt. He was very, very looked up to in the world of Taekwondo. Like, they had a huge, not the same day, but they had a huge ceremony for him, like in front of thousands of people to like honor him and stuff. So like he'd been doing Taekwondo for like 50 years, just really, really, really looked up to. And so he's like, give him a little 10-minute break, and then we'll have him fight again. So I got my 10-minute break finally, so I'm like, ready to go. So my next match was this punk ass kid who was still just talking shit. Every time that he would look at me, he'd be like you're going down.
It's like straight out of a movie.
Just straight, exactly. It's like never back down. He's just like, you're gonna get your ass kicked, right? So we start fighting, and I destroy this kid, right? Like, I knock him on his ass probably 3 times in the fight. Like kicking him in the stomach and stuff, and he'll fall over. Like, he didn't land one hit on me. Like, I whooped him, and he started crying. Yes. So it was after the match, I beat him, and then he started crying, and so I walked up to him, and I was just like, I mean, I didn't know what to say to him because he was a little shit. But I walked up to him, and I was just like, hey, you know what, man? Sorry I made you cry. And then I walked away, and that kid was just like, the look on his face was just so priceless. Like, he was such a little shit. And then I kicked his ass and made him cry. And then I walk up to him and just apologize. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, dude, like, sorry, because I mean, I knew I was good. Yeah. For my age, I mean, I was really good at it. And, I was like, I'm not going to, stoop to this kid's level. So I was just like, hey, I'm really sorry, whatever. And he just looked at me like,
how dare was it like a humbling thing?
It was like, it was like he didn't know what to do. He was just like he had nothing to say. I mean, he just sat there like, kind of like nodding his head, like, oh, okay.
Please don't hit me
Yeah,
again.
he's like, okay, please, you know. But yeah, I mean, I made the little shithead cry, and it felt so good on the inside.
That's like straight out of a movie.
It is. It was, dude. It was hilarious. And just this little punk ass kid, just like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and then like, you know, I completely just gets destroyed. Yeah, but yeah. So don't be a little shit in real life.
Jared will come kick your ass.
I'll come kick your ass.
Come taekwondo you, dude. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
So my mom used to make regrettable choices.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I don't. This is a story I've been told. From like I asked my dad and he verified it, and my sister and stuff. And so I wasn't able-bodied enough to remember this. Like
you were young.
I was very young.
Very young.
And when I was a kid, we should pull up a picture of me when I was a kid on here, mind you, because I was the most adorable little thing in the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were in the supermarket, as we do, like a Kmart or something weird.
Right.
And this Asian woman walks up to my mother and me, and I'm in her car, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, she's like, your boy is he's so beautiful, he's so pretty, he has big blue eyes, big blonde hair, he's so cute." And she's like, I buy him, and she's like, I buy him. And you know, when me being told this story, I'm like, oh yeah, haha, that's funny. And then she was like, no, like she like legitimately was like, I want to buy you.
What?
And I was like, okay. And she
children.
She pulled out like a checkbook and was like,
are you serious?
Like, how much you want for him? And then she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I'm not gonna sell my son. She's like, no, it's okay. She's like, how much you want? She's like, you want 500,000? Like $500,000. She's like offering 500,000. She's like, no, I'm not gonna sell my son. And then what I was told is she said, okay, fine. She's like, I'll give you $1 million. And she's like, I was told that she offered my mom $1 million for me. And then this is what my dad told me. My mom refuses to admit it, but my dad told me that she like sat there for a second. She's like, I'll give you $1 million, and she was like, that's a lot of money. And then my dad was like, no, like, what do you know? What are you talking? No, of course not. And then she's like, okay, fine. She's like, bye. And then. So my mom almost sold me to an Asian lady in the supermarket for $1 million. Apparently, I'm $1 million baby, which is pretty big confident booster. But yeah, my mom almost, she contemplated it. Like, yeah, dude, like that's a lot of money. I mean,
I'll never get that offer again in my life.
Yeah, so I mean, I was almost sold into whatever that would.
What a random thing.
I could be making Skechers right now, maybe.
When you're in the supermarket.
Yeah.
And a woman walks up to you and says they want to buy you. I've never heard of that.
I don't know what she wanted to buy me for, because she kept talking about how cute I was. Maybe she wanted to do like baby modeling or something.
Maybe.
But like.
Maybe she's a talent scout.
Yeah, so maybe she's a talent scout. Maybe she didn't even mean like physically purchase me. Maybe she meant like hire me or something, but she didn't know how to word it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like it was fucking weird hearing that back.
That's crazy. Like you can always bring that up on Thanksgiving too, whenever your mom's giving you shit.
Oh yeah, or anytime.
Like, oh hey mom, remember when you almost sold me for $1 million?
Yeah, and then she'd be like, yeah, remember when I lost $1 million because
yeah, exactly.
That's the type of shit she'd say.
Remember when I could have been rich?
Yeah, remember when I could have lost you for $1 million?
Yeah. Like, oops, I don't know what happened to
you know
him.
How many kids disappear each year? I could have just had $1 million and gotten away with it.
Oh God, yeah, that's hilarious.
That was that was my little fun.
Is that even legal? Like, can you even sell a kid for money?
Of course
like,
not.
That's what I was thinking. Like, it would have to be
a person. Like, it's not like property.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's adoption, but I don't think you can actually buy a kid.
No, you can just get the like, I don't know.
It'd have to be like completely under the table, like. She says she'll adopt her, and then like she gives you the $1 million or something, like with no one knowing.
I also like that, like out of how sketchy that was. My mom was ready to just hand over like $1 million check that could have just been fake.
Exactly,
like,
right?
Yeah, she's like, oh, she probably could have just been like a person that did that, and was like, here's $1 million, and then it has like 20 kids now.
Yeah, and no bank account linked to the checks at all.
And everyone was just like, oh fuck yeah, dude. No responsibilities, and I get $1 million. Oh fuck yeah. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. We have been DickeyDines. If you liked the video, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let us know if you guys like the stories and whatnot, and we'll keep them going in this recurring storytelling game. Yeah. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.